I'm beginning a series of short talks on the reality of the prison system in America. So this is going to apply to whoever will listen and view this video. But I'm speaking most primarily to the good people here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, where my family lives, in the township of Paradise. And the Lord is moving, and when I say the Lord, I mean the King of Freedom. The King of Freedom is moving upon our family to be a voice, a prophetic voice of reason to other families and to the state. So that's a function of God's called out vessels, which is also called church. And the church is not a building. It can be a place where the church meets, but that is not the church. The church is flesh and blood people filled with the Spirit once they are born again. They're born again, regenerated, freed from hate, freed from their sin, freed out of the bondage of the Babylonian captivity we're under, and coming in to the kingdom of the Son of His love. And to address the modern-day slavery system of the Lancaster County Prison, hear the word of our King of Freedom, wherein He says in Luke 4:18, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives." We have captives here. We're to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed, and to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. Friends, I'm going to get candid, as I am a man of candidness, but with care. All right, that's how we can have good relationships and meaningful communication, is to be candid with one another, but caring. All right? And not let's come out of the shallows of things. And the reality is, we've all been conditioned to accept the prison system as the way to deal with wicked people or sinful people, even unto criminals. However, the King of Freedom, His name is Jesus Christ, but the King of Freedom has another plan. His plan is not incarceration. That's man's best that he can do when things go wrong, when people fail to love their neighbor and actually injure them. Right? That's one point of the kind of people that are in here. But then there's another kind of person that could end up here, like myself or like yourself, when you cease to comply with the evils of socialism, Marxism, and communism. Those isms, those view of life, those false religions are so prevalent in this country. And we are complying and complicit in obeying the vain threats of men, and even going to the effort to explain them and support them by the scriptures. And I'm here to begin to get on the record, wherever this will go. But I'm here in Lancaster County, and we're not agreeing to the prison system, and especially in light of the fact that the Lancaster County Prison Board and the prison system, they want to build a new prison. That's been going on for a couple years. New prison, and more fundamental than the need for a new prison, new beds, more beds, is whether there ought to be a prison system at all. So, I'm making a contrast here, introductory form, that man's way of dealing with hurtful behavior that injures your neighbor is to sentence them to prison. However, doing that denies the dignity of man by putting him in a cage. We put animals into cages, but people, hear me, people in cages, think about that. Consider that. What are we saying when we put people, we think the remedy to correct unloving behavior is to put them into a cage? Well, that is not the King of Freedom's way. And you don't find that in his perfect law of liberty, although you do find it here in pagan nations. And that means a nation that is following false gods. And so America, this is an area that we've gotten wrong from the very beginning, right here in Pennsylvania, the first prison down in Philadelphia there. And we're getting increasing awareness that it is evil. It is evil to put men or women, especially women, but especially anybody, to put them into a cage, to incarcerate them, when the King's law says, I came to set the captives free. And by bringing that freedom, they are to make their injured party whole. And so instead of incarceration, we're to have restitution, repentance, and, Lord willing, reconciliation. All right. I'm here with my family today. We're out here singing. We are praying and appealing to whoever may come across our path here, and to you who are listening. By God's grace, we're going to come out here regularly, if not even weekly, on Sundays, as an evangelistic effort to no longer consent to the evil of the prison system. And I invite you to reach out to us. There'll be some information in the description with this video. But bottom line is, just come on out here and show up with us, and let's do something better together than we can in our homes or whatever we're doing. And let's be the salt and light that we're commanded. For those who say they know the King of Freedom, I challenge you I just challenge you. I'm not challenging you that you're not doing something of a credible good work. But if you're not doing a good work, this is a work that needs to be done of pulling down this satanic stronghold of the prison industrial system. It's a money-making industrial complex. It is wicked in so many ways. And as you get to know us and meet with us, we have information for you to help you see that this is a money-making racket. It is evil to the core. And the King of Freedom is moving upon us by His Spirit to say, we're here, we want to set the captives free, and we want to have restorative justice. All right? That is the King's work, is justice. And it's all over in here. And you can't explain it away. Nobody can explain it away. It is here. His throne is established on justice. And so, putting men in cages is not justice. Oh yeah, I'm sure they've broken laws. But law is not the end goal. The end goal is to govern yourself, to love your neighbor. All right? So, when men violate their self-government, they violate the law of love, they need an opportunity to make it right. And that's what we're here appealing for. I'll have much more to say about this because we're very serious as to bringing freedom, a resurrection of freedom, a resurrection of virtue here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and may it go out throughout the Commonwealth and this nation. But I'm responsible, and my family, as we live here. So once again, I invite you to come down to the Lancaster County Prison. Just check in with us to see that we are going to be here. But that is our heart, that is our intention, and let's see God move in mighty ways. And it starts at the individual level. That's all we're doing out here. God's moving on me. The King of Freedom is moving. And so I hope to see you here, and let freedom ring.